Tech Garage, presented by RockAuto.com, is brought to you by RockAuto.com. All the parts your car will ever need.
Well, welcome back to Tech Garage, presented by RockAuto.com. And we're making it through the evolution of old to new technology, and we love it, Dave. And evolution, though, it's like I seen you before on some old television show or something. I'm not really getting this.
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Yeah, well, anyway. Intakes, they come a long way, Dave. We started with that.
Yep, this is an air cleaner that would go on top of your carburetor. And of course, back in the muscle car days, you'd have the cool logos on there, Chevy Performance or something like that. And it's still cool to see under the old muscle car hoods and stuff like that, but this is a little more typical.
Yeah, and then they went to multi-port injection. They kind of moved it away. They thought that was pretty good. We won't get the engine compartment heat, but they put all these ribs and everything and all the restrictions and mass airflow sensors, and didn't really work too well. To our engineers decided, hey, cold air is dense air, bigger bang, more fuel, more performance.
Genius.
Exactly. So a cold air intake, and its really premise is to get it away from the engine. We try to get it way out there. We kind of get it in a fender well somewhere where we're getting cold air in, no restrictions, no problems, and bam, bigger bang. Then we went to the dual plenum, and you can see this animation here where it actually switches from long runners to short runners depending on the engine's driving capabilities and what you're doing, and boy, it's optimal today. Not like it was back in the 70s.
Wow, imagine how much air we can get into this new high-flow air filter. It's going to probably make 200 horsepower.
Man, I wish I had that air filter on my mom's Pinto.
Man, we're getting all this air in. Good thing we have this groovy exhaust. We can get all the power out, too.
Yeah, and it's clean exhaust. I love clean exhaust.
Well, this tour of evolution has been exhausting.
Exhaust, you say, John? Well, let's look at the typical muffler here from back in the old days here. Check out all the baffles, all the curves and everything in there. Yeah, it made the engine quiet, but everything was so restricted, all the airflow in there, that you didn't get any performance. You had a quiet car, but you hit the gas and nothing really happened.
Exactly. You can't get it out. You can't get it in on the next stroke. You're losing performance. And look at this, Dave. This is crazy. You got an old pipe there versus the new pipe. They finally figured out, hey, if we make it bigger, maybe a little more will come out.
Stroke of genius.
Yeah. And the mufflers, boy, they've changed too. Look at that. You go right through that there. Cherry bomb straight through, no restrictions, insulation here, we're getting it out, we're getting it in. Dave, last but not least, diagnostics have changed immensely, man. I mean, look at the flow chart, man. We had to have a DVOM, we had to do all kinds of work. It took hours, not the case in the 70s, Dave.
Technicians today are computer whizzes because cars are basically rolling computers. Back in the 70s, you had a squeal or any kind of tick, any kind of rattle. One solution, just crank it up. Throw in the 8-track and listen to your music heading down the highway.
Yeah, no problem. Gotta love the 70s.
We are at the pinnacle of civilization. The technology in this automobile is unbelievable.
I love the 70s.
Yeah, me too. Hey, I'm gonna help Tom find some parts.
3, 2, 1, go. Go, Dave.
Oh, the technology, Tom, in these cars is amazing. I mean, look at this schematic right here. Can you believe there's 5 different elements in the loop here, all connected together electrically?
I don't know how much longer we're going to be able to work on cars with all this advanced technology.
I think we'll say goodbye in the 80s when it comes to working on cars. It's crazy. Now look at the technology we have here. What do you got?
Yeah, I mean, the distributors keep getting more and more fancy. You got the trusty points, but you got this centrifugal advanced stuff, the little high-tech springs that shoot these weights out. You have to get a degree in just distributors to understand that.
You could replace it with something like that, and the coil's right on the plug there.
Really?
Maybe. I don't know. It's just an idea I had.
Have you patented it yet? Or?
I don't think it's going to catch on. I don't think it's a big deal.
I don't either.
Yeah. So carburetors there. Those are complicated.
Yeah. Even the trusty carburetors, they're putting like thermostats on the chokes and vacuum lines, and how are you going to keep up with that? I don't know.
What if you could take the fuel and inject it right into the cylinder, like with something like that?
Each cylinder would get one of these? Or?
Every cylinder maybe gets one, and it injects it right in there.
What would you call it?
Fuel squirter?
Did you patent this?
No, I don't think anybody's going to care. I don't think it's a big deal.
I don't either.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many parts available these days. Hey, look at this, the stack of catalogs. It's endless, and you can find any part you want.
Yeah, a few hours, few days, you can find what you need there. And we've got everything organized, all the parts there, labeled by suspension and brakes and stuff we haven't sorted yet.
Yeah, if we don't have them here in the parts room, you can find them here in the trusty catalog. It'll take you just a few weeks to get the parts your car needs. Now, what if we could get all this information to folks at home? Maybe they have a big party line, everybody's everybody's on and they can call for parts like this.
So everybody on the party line interacts with each other, and they're experts in their own catalog, and they can tell you what's on their shelves. And
Yeah, and the only thing I could see that's complicated is there'd be this web of wires all over the place, like a worldwide web of just a mess of stuff. So I don't know how you can pull that off.
yeah, what would you call it?
I don't know. Well, while we're thinking about that, we're going to go to commercial. This one from Braniff Airways. We'll be right back with more Tech Garage presented by RockAuto.com. What does that mean?